everyone, my name is Travis Pike. I'm the CEO and Chief Design Officer at Wind River Built. We're located here at our new 100,000 square foot manufacturing facility in Cleveland, Tennessee. And today we're going to show you our Pisgah Park Model Tiny Home. So our Pisgah Park Model Tiny Home is a 400 square foot model. It's on a 45-foot trailer. One half of it is just over 17 feet, and that's the bedroom, loft bedroom, and bathroom. 10-foot deck in the middle, and then the other 17 feet on the other side is an open concept living room, kitchen area. So this was kind of a new design that we tried, where we split the home kind of in half and created some separation between the living quarters and kind of where you would hang out in the living room. And yeah, it's definitely unique, and a lot of people have really liked the design and the aesthetic and the function of it. Would love to show you the inside, so let's check out our Pisgah Park Model. All right, welcome to the inside of our Pisgah Park Model Tiny Home. We are actually on the living room, kitchen, kind of open concept side. So the bedrooms, bathroom are on the other end of the house across the porch. But this space is kind of designed to be open, tall vaulted ceilings, very flexible. So right now you can see we've got chairs set up over here. If you have like a big view out these three windows, the seating could be over on this side with a wood stove fireplace, TV, entertainment. So this can be configured in a lot of different ways. Probably even squeeze in an additional little loft in here for another guest. So here in this middle space between the kitchen and the living room, we've put a capped off light fixture up there on a switch if someone were to want to put an island here, either a pass-through island or base cabinets with storage, but it's kind of an additional area where 2 to 3 people could sit and eat meals, and you could walk all the way around it. And then obviously you can see full-size appliances, full-size sink. There's nothing tiny about the fixtures. All custom cabinetry that we've built in-house, and Corian tops and a big picture window right above the sink there. So the interior skins on this home, we wanted to keep it very bright, light, and airy and simple, and so we went with 1/2-inch finished grade plywood. And instead of covering up the gaps, we purposely and intentionally did these shadow gaps instead of bringing those together or putting a little strip over them. And it turned out really nice. You get a very geometric kind of shape throughout the whole inside of the home. So one thing you might have noticed from the outside, and especially coming in, are all the windows. So this model has the most windows that we actually have done in a tiny home. I believe it's 13 windows, top and bottom, to let a lot of light in with the vaulted ceilings. And it was very intentional to do casement windows instead of single hung, so you don't have those bars across. We wanted to be able to bring in as much unobstructed view and light in. And that was part of the reason we went with full light French doors as well. That view out onto your deck and beyond was important. We designed this intentionally thinking that it would be in a really beautiful setting for the homeowner to take in the view. So here above the French doors is one of 2 mini split heads. So this model has 2 mini splits with 1 condenser on the outside. That way we can keep each side the desired temperature. And with our closed cell spray foam insulation that we do on the majority of our homes, really helps keep this thing like a cooler if it needs to be, if it's in the summer, or really warm and toasty in the winter. One of the benefits I see, or one of the positive things I see about living in a tiny home, whether you're an empty nester, kind of a retiree, and you're downsizing, simplifying, or you're single or a young couple kind of starting your life, it's a smart and practical way without jumping into a lot of debt. You have the mobility of it if your life takes you somewhere else. So I think tiny homes as a intentional stepping stone in life. I think that's what I like the most about it, is it's an intentional transition depending on where you're at in life. I heard about tiny homes back in 2013. I read an article about Jay Schaefer and Tumbleweed Tiny House Company, and I've come from a family of trades, and my grandpa was a carpenter. Our family built our own house, and so I've just been in like home building, architecture, construction. And I read that article and something about it just clicked, and a couple weeks later I bought a trailer to start building my own tiny house, and I knew it was something I wanted to do, I was capable of doing. I knew that I was gonna propose to my now wife at some point in the next few months, so it was kind of like had to get her on board, but she was very excited about it. But yeah, just it made sense to kind of start our life together in the home that we own, and we kind of just jumped and built it together and researched along the way. We lived in the tiny home for just about 4.5 years, and then we knew we wanted to start a family, and it wasn't going to be feasible to live in 195 square feet. So yeah, what I learned from that, from like design and function of space, took that and applied it to our 1,800 square foot house that I designed and built that we now live in, and have a little one and another little one on the way. So that was kind of the dream all along, was to become debt-free, which we accomplished 1.5 years after being in the tiny house, paid off all of our debt, became debt-free, and we wanted to buy land and start our own homestead, kind of family home. So the tiny home was a stepping stone to get there. Jeremy Weaver, he and I started the company together, and our second build we ever did was him and his wife's tiny home, and that was featured on Tiny House Nation in 2015, which kind of helped put us on the map. And so it was kind of that unique perspective we had of being tiny home dwellers and tiny home builders. We can speak to customers and clients kind of about what it was like, and the concerns and struggles and the positives. So now I'd love to take you guys over and show you the other side of the tiny home. So one of the most unique features of the Pisgah tiny home is this 10-foot integrated deck right in the middle of the home. Put a ceiling fan out here. We could do lights if someone wanted to kind of illuminate the space if they're going to spend a lot of time out here. But really great feature, very open if you have beautiful views. Position the house in that way, and we could add heaters out here incorporated in with the propane that's already on the home. So a lot of cool ways that you could configure this space for outdoor use. This model in particular doesn't have railings or anything. We've kind of left it open because it doesn't have a homeowner yet, but we do custom steel work and woodwork, so we could do timber railings, powder coated steel railings, steps off of each side or one side or the other. So a lot of different ways that you can configure the space.
I'm not afraid to admit it. I love road trips. But one thing any good van or bus life adventure needs is reliable power. Meet the tiny but mighty Jackery Explorer 1000 V2 portable power station. The V2 is stronger, faster, smaller, and more long-lasting than ever before. It has an impressive 1,500 watt output. That's a 50% boost from previous versions. It's ready to run your high-power van life essentials, like a portable AC, mini fridge, and more. The V2 now features a super long-lasting LifePo 4 battery with 4,000 life cycles. That means it'll last 10 years with daily use. So no matter where my adventuring leads, I can rest easy knowing it'll be fully recharged from 0 to 100% in just an hour. Ready to hit the road? Power your adventures with the Jackery 1000 V2 and save up to 50% off during Prime Big Deal Days.
Just through here, I'm going to show you the rest of the house. So here in this little entry space as we come in, the first thing you'll see is a stacked full-size washer and dryer. And we were very intentional about our 3 400 square foot park models that we just designed recently. We wanted to have full-size washer and dryer ability. And in this case, we went with the stacked version to give ourselves more room for the homeowner to use the space to get creative, to store things like jackets, shoes, personal belongings, kind of out here in this little foyer space. And then right over here to our left through this pocket door, I'll show you the full-size bathroom. So as you can tell, this is a very spacious bathroom. We've got a nice floating vanity here. We purposely didn't go to the ground just so it's easy cleaning, kind of makes the space feel bigger. Some cubby space and storage space above the flush toilet here. And then right here behind me is a 60-inch wide, 32-inch deep, full-size tile shower. So what's great about this amount of space for the shower is that we can do different combinations. So we can do a full-size tub with shower walls. We can do different niches and shelving. So there's a lot of different configurations depending on what your needs and desires are. And just right through here, I'll show you the master bedroom. It was very important for us to make this feel as big as possible. You know, we're going to spend a lot of time, so we opted not to put a loft over this space. We kept the vaulted ceilings, big picture window here on the end that's got an egress window, and then this space can actually fit up to a king bed. This is a queen bed right now, but you can fit a full-size king bed in this space as well. And then here behind me, this is some more custom-built cabinetry that we do in-house. We have a his and hers closet here, so there's hanging space up here on the top, and then space down low with shelves for storing other items. And then here, this could be used in different ways. Like you could have a TV entertainment area here, kind of a little personal desk area. We could do built-in storage and use this space however you would need. And then just under here in this space is the hot water heater for the home. So this is a his or her space. This is probably his side over here on this side that's got the hot water heater in it. Back here in this entry space, you might have noticed when we walked into this side of the tiny home a ship's ladder going upstairs. That is a ladder that goes up to a lofted space that has over 3 foot in height and can fit a queen-size bed. So if you have kids or guests, they could stay up there, or you can use that as a little lounge or storage space, kind of whatever your needs are. So when we're talking to new clients about their tiny home and what they should consider and just that starting point, we always start with kind of rating your top 4 or 5 spaces in the tiny home. Have them prioritize that to know, like, are you a chef? Do you cook most of your meals at home? Like, do we need to focus on the kitchen? Is the bathroom important? That kind of luxury spa, you know, that's like your downtime. Do you entertain a lot? Do you need a big living room? We kind of start with that, just rating the space, and then we can use those parameters to kind of design around that. When you put the people first and kind of walk them through the process and very open and transparent with them, and then the end product is, you know, a product that we're proud of, that we would want to live in ourselves. I think that is the combination that has kind of led us through the ups and downs to be successful 10 years later. When we started in 2014, the tiny house movement was a little bit unknown. You know, even friends and family kind of turned their heads and like, what are you building? Like living in like a gypsy wagon on a trailer type thing, and like, how do you pay for it and insure it and all that? And so they were harder to insure and finance and place them somewhere legally. And so that's kind of where we started. And then over the years, we were very intentional about, like, if we're going to be in this new industry, like, we want to do things the right way, and we actually want to be at the forefront and like help push the movement, whether that's helping adopt new codes to regulate them, the certification of them, anything we could do to partner with the industry, being involved with THEA early on, and now we're heavily involved and, you know, on the board of directors there. And we just want to be at the forefront and like pushing the movement forward. But it has been a lot of years of kind of growing with the industry, but we feel proud about how we've gone about it and like stuck with our quality and done things the right way, even when it was difficult to do. Last year, we were really excited for Caleb to be selected to be on the ICC committee that was selected in the tiny home industry to work on a new code that would be adopted for tiny homes that would be under the IRC code. So it wouldn't be under the RV code anymore. And so we were really excited to be selected. I think there's only maybe 2 or 3 builders that are on that committee. And then, yeah, here locally, as we have chances to talk to commissioners and the mayor, just getting tiny homes adopted to be able to use them as ADUs or mainly as full-time living. So we're still pushing hard on the tiny house on wheels side of things, and we're also super excited to be launching Wind River Modular as well. So it's a new build classification, but it's still the same intentional designs, quality builds that we're known for doing, but those are built to the IRC codes of the state that it's going to. They get transported on site and put on a permanent foundation, and it's essentially a normal home that you can get traditional financing and mortgage for. So we're building our first ones right now, just started that. So that's kind of the big exciting thing, was moving into our new 100,000 square foot manufacturing facility and having 2 totally different build categories that we can build for. What we're really excited about doing is partnering with developers, municipalities, different investor groups that want to rethink what residences can look like. The US is not building homes, we don't think, of what a lot of the population is wanting. Compact, intentionally designed, kind of right-sized living. And you don't see neighborhoods and developments getting built like that. So we're kind of doing a hard thing here where we're trying to scale quality and premium built homes. And we're excited for the potential partnerships with developers and those interested in creating whole communities, pocket communities of people that are wanting to live this lifestyle but legally can't. That's part of the reason what we're doing is to help solve kind of the housing crisis that's out there right now.
Thank you for watching our video and for stopping by Tiny House Expedition. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Christian. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And for more tiny home tours and stories, click the videos below.
And join us on Instagram for bonus content,
including face-to-face conversations with us. We hope to see you there.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.